came in under.
Here we go. Spar Promotions is proud to present the reruns of mixed martial arts in the featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, he is wearing green trunks. He is training out of Black House MMA by way of Redondo Beach, California. He weighed in 142 pounds. His record, no win with 1 loss. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Genaro El Caballero Zacarias. His opponent, across the cage on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing white trunks trimmed in gray and black. He is training out of Gradation MMA. He weighed in 145 pounds. His record, no wins with 1 loss. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Ismael Cruz. All right, fans, here we go. The 3 rounds of mixed martial arts in the featherweight division.
Genaro Zacarias and Ismael Cruz get ready to let loose in the featherweight division. Here we go. Zacarias maintains quite a bit of a reach advantage here, Kevin.
Sure does, and he's keeping the range with those kicks.
He's fighting long.
Yes.
He certainly is.
Cruz pawing that jab, but not coming close with it. Not able to find the range just yet. Nice outside leg kick from Cruz. Works his way off the cage.
Cruz looks a little uncomfortable at range, as he should.
Takes a little while.
Still at the end of those kicks and the punches.
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to someone with that kind of length. Have to try to figure out what you want to do. Do you want to go and try to get inside and land shots, or maybe shoot for the takedown? Try to counter?
You know, when you're dealing with a reach disadvantage, oftentimes the shorter fighter makes them. Oh, beautiful left hand! Zacarias eats it well. But as I was saying, oftentimes the shorter fighter makes the mistake of judging the distance with the jab. But the 2 is actually the one that covers the most distance, not the jab. So if you think you're out of the way of the 2 because the jab isn't touching you,
you could be in for a rude awakening.
A very rude awakening.
Zacarias is leaving his hands down when he comes in like that, and that's how he got caught the last time.
Yeah, that's the one thing he does make that mistake, is he gets a little bit too comfortable in his length. And as Cruz has already proved, he can touch him. And you see a little bit less commitment from Zacarias now, perhaps aware of the big shots, the big bombs that Ismael Cruz possesses.
Nice kick to the body there from Zacarias.
Oh, he got caught!
Eats a big right hand. Looks to be okay. I think it was more of a slip than anything, but it did land.
Ismael Cruz, a little bit of a powerhouse there.
He's got power in that right hand.
Zacarias getting comfortable there a couple times, but Kevin, did you still have him winning the first round?
That's a hard one to call. I mean, it was fairly even. You know, I think Zacarias was peppering at the beginning with his kicks. Cruz landed the more significant power strikes.
Kevin Widows, Jonathan King here, live at the Commerce Casino in Commerce, California. Ismael Cruz, Genaro Zacarias, round 2. Cruz starts off switching stances here. He's really found a little bit of a comfort zone inside the range of Zacarias. Zacarias again plodding forward, leaving that chin out.
Yeah, he's getting a little too over-aggressive, but he's got a nice body lock here. Cruz, beautiful defense, reverses, and then gets reversed.
Zacarias looking here to take his time, trying to step over the mount. Looks like he's got it, Kevin. Ismael Cruz bucking the best he can, but his head is in prime position to get punched in the face, Kevin.
Yeah, Cruz needs to get out of here and fast because the referee will stop it if he stays on bottom and takes too many shots, even if he's shielding. He's trying to get his legs in front, and he should be bucking and getting on his side.
Doing his best to stay out of trouble, but Zacarias is just absolutely painting the picture here on Cruz's face.
Cruz is desperately trying to get his feet in front of Zacarias, and he's turning now on his side, but needs to push Zacarias into half guard or try to bridge and roll. There's the bridge and the roll. Beautiful job from Cruz. Zacarias has got to be frustrated that he lost that position. He was close to finishing the fight. Now he needs to just maintain his composure, not take any damage on the bottom.
You know, Genaro Zacarias seems to be getting himself into his own worst enemy. He's his own worst enemy. That's the second or third time we've seen him over pursue a position and lose it.
Yeah, he had the mount, but Cruz taking advantage of every millisecond to try to do some damage there.
Ismael Cruz comes to life late in that second round, taking advantage of a bad position by Genaro Zacarias, reversing the trend, putting Zacarias on his back, and then landing with some of his own ground and pound.
Of course, the legendary Pamplona in the corner of Zacarias.
Tough round to score, Kevin, but this is why you get paid the big bucks. How did you have it?
I got to give that round to Zacarias. He did most damage. You know, from the mount, he landed some really significant strikes.
How do you score the fight through 2 rounds, Kevin?
I still say that first round was too close to call. And that round went to Zacarias. Cruz breathing heavily. Let's see if he's got enough energy to land that big right hand again. Cruz needs to push Zacarias up against the cage and try to land heavy shots, because staying at range, he's getting peppered there until Zacarias overcommits. Beautiful kick. See Zacarias, see how he closes the distance a little too much? It instigates this clinch, which I don't think he wants.
I gotta tell you, Cruz's corner was imploring him to keep the jab in the face of Zacarias. And Kevin, I gotta tell you, I think that's the wrong call. I think he wants to break down the range, either put him on his back where he is right now, or get in tight and bring this fight into a focal.
True, they may have meant to pump that jab to set up the takedown. And if that's the case, I like that game plan. I don't think he's going to hit Zacarias with a jab in the open, in the open mat.
But my point was, if you're Ismael Cruz, do you want to box with a guy like Zacarias?
No.
Who owns the range, who owns the positioning?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think he was using that jab to close the distance, and he got the takedown, which is what he wanted. If he can keep this here, he has a chance to win this fight.
Some nice right hands there.
I'd like to see him try to clear a leg and maybe get to half guard to do some damage. He's got to watch out for the long legs of Zacarias, though. I don't know what kind of guard he has, but with a guy that's very rangy like that on his back, he could throw submissions up from weird angles.
Ismael Cruz is absolutely an energizer bunny here. He just keeps going. This kid's dreams are tied to a horse that'll never tire. Stark contrast to his opponent, who's breathing heavily here on bottom, eating some big shots. tell you, Kevin, Ismael Cruz may have taken control of this fight.
He needs to make sure he doesn't get triangled here in this last second. He's all right.
Tough fight to score, back and forth battle.
Sure it was.
Excellent job from these two young amateurs. Flip a coin. For those of you watching at home, that's what we're doing.
Oh, is he throwing? Oh, I thought he was at Pamplona pouring water on his head. It looked like he was throwing up for a second. I just happened to look up and saw the dripping coming from him, but it's just water.
It's a good thing they lowered that music, Kevin, but my mama taught me right. You don't talk over Nas. The judges have made their score official. Let's send it up to Fitzgerald to find out who won this fight, Kev.
We go to the scorecards. We have our decision. All three judges ringside scored about 29 to 28 in favor of our winner. By unanimous decision, the blue corner is
As I predicted, Kevin Widow's Genaro Zacarias left his wallet on the table, and Ismael Cruz is going home with it.
I'm not sure that was unanimous, but there you have it. Cruz, big power, nice takedowns. Great job by both fighters.